All right, so basically I'm trading, guys. I'm day trading today. I don't know if any of you guys are interested in that, if it's something you want to see or not, but it's something that I do, that I like doing. So I'm just gonna live stream trading while I'm doing it because, well, why not, right? I had a really late start to it this morning. It's already 9:39, which is really bad, but that's okay. Being late my first time doing a live stream in the morning, I don't care. I don't care. I just don't care. I have a couple of different stocks pulled up that have been popping this morning. They look like they were going to tank, and they've been popping. Apple, Nvidia, AMD, and then I've got the QQQ and the VIX pulled up as well. I don't know if you guys know what the QQQ and the VIX are, but they're basically just indexes that I watch. But Apple's just rocketing. I mean, you look at Apple on the 5 minute chart. Man, I missed the boat. 174 to 176. It might keep going. If it breaks this resistance right here at 178, 178.10, 178.12, right in that range. If it breaks that resistance, I'll be looking to buy some options back to the upside. As if you pull back to the day chart, what I like to do on these is I pull back to the day chart and I see, where the resistance is on the day chart. So it's much stronger resistance than say the 5 minute or the 10 minute or the hour or whatever. And then just kind of zoom in from there and use that as my levels. You can see I have a bunch of crazy lines drawn. They're terrible. My lines are everywhere. My lines are all over the place. But it seems like anytime I draw a line, at some point or another, the price comes back to, you know, to my line. So I don't know. So that's why I just keep drawing the lines because it seems like it helps it pull back to the line. I could just be crazy, but yeah, it's generally what happens. So I'm just gonna make some trades here. Let me pull up Apple, see where you're going. Go back to the 5 minute. Back to the 5 minute. I actually already own some AMD, some AMD puts, I believe, and some Nvidia as well. Let me just pull up Nvidia here. Let me switch this over to Apple. Let's switch this over to Nvidia. I'm probably not going to stream for that long today because I was having some difficulties with getting the stream started, which is why it was so late. But I was really just testing this out to see if I was going to be able to stream and have this all of these programs running on my computer at the same time, which I know I can't because my computer's amazing. But I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to concentrate on trading and streaming at the same time. So this is kind of a trial for me. And it looks like AMD is going to be going to the downside. So you can see I already own some calls right here, which is way out of the money. Don't care. That's for next week. I'm going to go ahead and buy some of these calls right here. And let's see. I don't want a bunch of them. I'm just going to buy. I'll just buy two of them. That's $400 and some, right? $450. Charts. Just going to keep that up. And oh, it's so marginal though. It's so marginal. Let's see where the resistance is. It's at support. That's the thing. It just barely broke support on AMD and then bounced back immediately. So oof, I don't know. Do I want to do it? It's overextended on the stochastics, so I don't know. I don't know. Should I buy it? What do you guys think? I I see everything else in the market is kind of bouncing a little bit, except for AMD. So, it doesn't sound like that great of an idea. It looks good when I'm looking at it. It's pulling back from the little pop that it had this morning. It looks good, like it's going to fall, right? But everything else is popping, everything. I'm just going to wait. This is a crazy market. That if I'm going to buy anything, it's going to be more Nvidia, because we had a massive, massive drop yesterday, or yesterday was Sunday, a massive drop last week on Thursday and Friday, and it's got to have a pullback to that at some point. Even if the pullback isn't as massive as the drop, it's still got to pull back some. So if I can scalp some trades on that, or if I can, get in and get out of a position quickly, then I'll do that. And see, there we go on AMD. Even though it was saying on 2 5-minute candle saying that it was going to go down, look like it's flagging. Whew. Sorry, to the downside. Even though AMD looked like it was flagging to the downside. Here, let me pull AMD up. I have it in a chart that's back behind my face right now. So there's AMD. See, this is last week. Look at this. Good God, man. That's insane. That's insane. It's just, it's not a happy stock right now. It's not a happy stock. So yeah, these are options with AMD. I'm going to buy a couple of calls for the end of the week, or puts, I'm sorry, for the end of the week. I'm just waiting for the right entry, because everything is popping right now, and it should be hitting resistance at some point soon here. So there's AMD, NVIDIA, both kind of go together. A lot of times NVIDIA is running this morning, and AMD tends to follow NVIDIA quite a bit. So you got to excuse me. I didn't have my morning coffee, so I'm not really jacked up like I should be. I can feel the bags under my eyes. I stayed up late trying to get the stream ready, trying to figure out how to get all this stuff, because it's been a while since I streamed on YouTube, and the last time I streamed, it wasn't anything like this. It was doing, what was it? It was, I don't even remember. I was playing a video game or something. That's so long ago. I haven't made a video in a couple of years now, or a year. I think I made one 5 months ago, and it's just because I was bored, But I've been busy. I got a new house. I got a new house. I got a new everything, really. Yeah, I got a bunch of new crap. Good for me, But now I'm having a little more time. Hopefully, I can get back to making some more videos. But the videos that I make, basically, I want to make videos that I enjoy making, right? Which I've enjoyed all the videos that I've made, right? I've enjoyed making them all, but they begin to get a bit repetitive. So unless it's something that I'm actively doing and I enjoy and I'm doing myself, it gets kind of boring, Imagine if you just went into a room and started hitting a nail with a hammer over and over and over again. You'd probably get bored of doing that eventually, and say, hey, let me try a drill instead. Yeah, that's where I'm at. So, all right, I think AMD is going to be coming down now. It can't quite make it over that hump, and everything else is getting to the point where it's about to hit some resistance. We got Apple. Go to the 1 minute here. Yeah, the 1 minute looks nasty. The 1 minute looks like it's gonna die. Like it hit the support, and it looks like it's dying right now. Like it's dying right now. I'm just gonna wait for it to pass this resistance of 108.40. I have it written off for 105, I believe, on the day charts. So AMD goes to 105. That's where I'm expecting the turnaround. 105, 104. That's where I'm expecting the turnaround for AMD. Right. So this position that I'm going to get in today with AMD, if it breaks through, I'm only going to hold that position if it breaks down to like 102, 101, whatever. But I'm not going to hang on to it for longer than the day. Chances are. This is just a way for me to quickly make some money on it and call it good, call it done. You know, see if I had bought that before it was 211, now it's 224. So that wouldn't be much, but that's $40 in just the time that I was sitting here talking about, doing nothing, whatever. So who else could, can you make $40 when you're just sitting here talking about doing dog shit? No, probably not. Not unless you trade stocks, right? Or options. Okay, so it's going up. Here's on the 5-minute. I'm just going to watch this chart for a second. Try to figure out a good entry for this. And I also have my phone pulled up as well. So I like to make trades on my phone. So if you hear a dinger go off and it goes, if you hear that come through, then that is me making a trade on my phone, which I'd tell you if I make a trade on my phone, because the whole point of me streaming trading is so you guys can understand what it is that I'm doing, and hopefully it helps you guys if you trade stocks, if you trade options, if you do any of that stuff. Maybe it'll help you, I don't know. All right, I think AMD is going to, where's the VIX at? See the VIX. I mean, 19, man, it's just in a channel. It's just stuck in a channel. What's going on? It's literally it's just trading in this freaking range right here. I think it needs to break out, man. All right, I think it's gonna dump. I think it's gonna take a shit. It just needs to bust that 108.5 support level. AMD, come on, let's go, hit it. Come on. All right, you know what? Let's walk on the wild side. I'm doing it. Boom. Did I buy the right thing? I think I bought the right thing. I'm pretty sure I bought the right thing. I hope I bought the right thing. Okay, I bought something anyway. I don't know if it's the right thing, but I bought something. So we're going to find out if it's the right thing. It's at support. I bought this one really early. Probably not a smart move, but I did it anyway. All right, so I just bought options. I bought some put options for AMD, and I've already got the sell ticket lined up to be able to sell them. $8 so far, $10 right now. I'm just gonna watch this chart, and you know what? I'm gonna pull up my NVIDIA on my phone because I did buy some calls and on Thursday, so they should be doing pretty well. All right. Where are we at? 230 charts. Where's the chart? Okay, AMD. AMD's still going down, so I'm just gonna let it ride for a minute. It's gonna let it sit. Let me pull up NVIDIA again. Apple's reaching that level that I was just talking about of 178, the previous resistance that it had. Let me put Apple over on this chart that is off screen and just monitor it here. And then NVIDIA. See where NVIDIA is at. NVIDIA is 270. So the support that I'm looking for NVIDIA to be able to break through would be around the 275 mark, because it's just kind of in a range. I could trade it from 270 to 275, but it's let me down quite a bit lately. So I'm not going to push the issue with NVIDIA. I'm just going to kind of let it ride and wait till I'm sure it's going to bounce. Which, looking at the 1 hour chart, I mean, it still looks kind of. It might be bouncing today, but it also might not. It also might wick and then just dump, So rather than take a chance on NVIDIA and not be sure what's going to happen, just gonna watch it. I'm just gonna watch Nvidia. You know, it's fine. Nvidia can just stick around. I don't have to push any trades with anything. I like to wait for an opportunity that I see that is golden, that is an absolute, that I'm like, oh yeah, that's where it's going, you know? And I know that. And then I'll take that trade. That's what I like to do. And these moves have already gone, right? They've already made it. If I wasn't messing with the stream last night, messing with the stream this morning, I would have been able to probably capture some of these moves. But that's okay, you know? So they did it again. AMD dipped below this support that I had marked off. Maybe my support was a little bit high. Maybe it's 1082. It looks like it's bounced there a couple of times. So if it doesn't break below 1082, then I may have to cut my position, just take my loss, and move on to something else. But it's still in a range. It's still below VWAP, and below all the moving averages for the 1 minute. So, you know, I'm going to let it ride. I'm going to see what happens. I'm not worried about it. I know that generally this is going to the downside to 105-ish. It did hit 106. So people out there might think that it came close enough to support, right? But I think it's just based on the rest of the market, because the rest of the market's popping right now. And if it wasn't, AMD would be going down. So, because it's popping like crazy, and AMD is just, bleh, you know, bleh. So it's gonna die. It's gonna die. Like, it looks like it's gonna die. It might not die, but it looks like it's gonna die. So it looks like it wants to die. It might take off. It's at support still, so the 5 minute looks a little better than the 1 minute. The 5 minute looks like it's creating a sort of flag pattern ish kind of, but there's really not a drop before the flag, so I don't know. We'll see which way this is going to break. It's got some downtrend, 5 minute downtrend, 5 minute candles from the last 5 candles. If it breaks above that, then, you know, maybe we'll go back to 110. So cross our fingers it doesn't happen, because if it breaks above 109-ish, 109, 109.2, then I gotta sell my position and just take the $30 loss, whatever, $40 loss, because it's just not worth it. Apple hit that support or that resistance that I was talking about at 178. It literally came right up to it, and then turned around. So that's the point that I was talking about, that I could have played from here to there, right? But there's no way to know if it's going to stop at 172. Let me pull up Apple. Hang on. Let me pull up Apple. All right, so what I was saying earlier is that above 178, I'm interested in buying Apple calls, right, to the upside. I'm interested in betting that this thing's going to go higher, and that was right around what? It was like 910, something like that. So it was right in this opening range when it was still in this channel right here, about to break above this peak, and you can play from there to support, but there's no, or to resistance from wherever it breaks out to the next significant resistance, but there's just no way to know if it's going to go that high. It could have stopped right here at this point. It could have stopped right here at this point. Like, it could have stopped so many places. So it could have stopped at one of these low peaks right here, right? Meaning that it would have come back down and then potentially gone back up again. But because it came to the bottom of this resistance right here, it looks like it's probably going to try to form some kind of formation, a pennant or a flag or a big triangle or something. Probably both on the 5 minute and the day chart and 4 hours, probably going to have some kind of pattern that it created, because it did break the downtrend. If you draw some lines out here, you can see it broke the downtrend, right? So here, we don't need these lines. Remove drawing. It broke the downtrend to the upside. So it does have a lot of strength behind it this morning. But one thing that I like to look at is the VIX, which will tell you, which way stocks, how market sentiment is, how people are feeling about the market. It's the volatility index, right? And it's spiked down quite a bit today, but it is right at a moving average. Was it 200? I think it's the 100-day moving average that I have marked on there. So the VIX at the 100-day moving average and the RSI stochastics, has gone down quite a bit. So this could turn around midday or tomorrow and pop up above this moving average, because it already did break a downtrend. The VIX did, and I know that the VIX isn't traded, right? It's not like it's not traded like stocks are. It's not a an equity. It's just it's an index. It's a volatility index, right? It's an index that tells you how volatile the market is. And generally, when the VIX is going down, stocks generally are going up. And when when the VIX is going up, generally stocks are going down. Generally speaking, in the tech market especially, right? The tech sector, but that's just one thing that I like to watch. But here we're into a new hour now with the VIX, so I put up the 1 hour chart to see where the 1 hour goes. And Apple still at that resistance. I mean, it might pop over it. Apple might pop over it. It could. 178.02. I mean, it's right freaking there. So 177.97. I'm just gonna watch this for a minute and see what it does. 177.79. I'm just gonna watch Apple and AMD, see what they do, and Nvidia as well. Nvidia is actually going to the upside. It's running hard to the upside. So, come on, AMD, just fall. I hate it. I hate it whenever you buy something and it just sits there, and you're like, why is this thing not moving, right? On any other stock that's out there, I should have been buying calls, right? Every other stock that I watch AMD, Apple, Nvidia, Ford. I don't get into AMC. I don't like meme stocks because they're manipulated a lot by social media and different things that have absolutely nothing to do with reality. So, or maybe that's not the best way to say it. Maybe it's just that they don't have a lot of people that are financially savvy investing in them. So you wind up with all these weird patterns and weird things that shouldn't be happening. $178. It just broke it. Apple just broke the resistance. Ain't that some stuff? That's crazy. I can't believe it. 108.50 on AMD. So it wants to go back down to the downside. And there I still have my trades that I've made. All right, this is the only trade that I've made so far, just because I've missed some opportunities from starting late in the market. So I already missed the morning bell. I think I logged in at like 9:32, which is a really bad idea. I shouldn't be logging in at 9:32. Like, okay, let's make some trades. That's really stupid. That's not a good idea. Welcome to the stream, by the way, if you're here. I say there's a few people in here. So they've been going in and out, and it's hard for me to monitor my stream while I'm doing this, because I kind of have to pay attention to what's happening with the trade that I'm making or the stock that I own or whatever it is. It's hard for me to monitor my stream, so I do have my phone pulled up next to me. So if one of you guys does comment or something, I will see it, but I'm not interacting with the stream very much, so there's there's been like, it's been back and forth, people coming in and leaving because I'm not doing anything interesting. I get it. But if you like stocks, ask me some questions. Maybe I have answers. I don't know. I've been doing it for a long time. I've been trading stocks since I was 20 something. And I've moved on to options. I don't want to tell you how old I am, but let's just say that it's like 15, 20 years that I've been trading stocks. So I have learned quite a few things. I've learned what not to do, I'm definitely not an expert. I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. Though I have worked for financial institutions. I've worked for a couple of financial institutions over the years, and one of them was selling. What up, Mohammed? One of them was selling investment products to people. That was one of my jobs. I had a license for it, and I was selling retirement vehicles, investment vehicles, mutual funds, 401ks, stuff like that, and life insurance, stuff like that, annuities. Of course, that's not really related to this, in any way. But I'm not a financial advisor, so don't take my word for it. If I say make a trade and you make it, that's not my fault, man. You did that, not me. I didn't do that. I didn't open up your bank account and bring you to that stock and make you hit the buy button. I didn't do it. Like if you bought AMD with me, if you were here earlier and you bought AMD puts with me, and you just got crapped on all over, then it's not my fault. I didn't tell you to do it. And I'm still waiting out on my AMD. You can see my trades. This is all I've made this morning so far because I've missed the moves. I got in at 225. It's at 212. It's just sitting. Whatever. That's what, $20 that I'm down on it. Like I'm just gonna sit and wait. You can see it just went up another 2 cents. And now it's $8. And like I'm just gonna let it sit until this market turns around, because it has popped a lot this morning, and I don't think that it's sustainable. I think that it's going to create a pattern, and then try to decide which way it's going to go. If it's going to go up or if it's going to go down. I think that's what's going to happen. All right, I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm not freaking Messiah over here. I just looking at these trend lines and looking at these what's been happening for the past week. It would be crazy if this market continues to just rocket ship like it is. If it just continues to do that, if Apple continues to go up, right? If Apple keeps going up, and Nvidia and even AMD, if they just keep going up, I don't know. Apple's the scariest one because it's been going up a lot. It's got 2 days of pullback or 3 days of pullback after like a freaking 2 or 3 week run, just every single day green. Every single day green. Look at Apple. Look at this chart on Apple. This is ridiculous. Look at this. Green, 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 green. Look at all those green candles right there. Green, 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 green. That's a lot of green, man. That's a lot of green, right? For that many days in a row, and it's just straight up, straight up. I mean, you had 2 days of pullback, a little spike right here to bounce at the top of a channel, right? Excuse my lines. I know they're messy and ridiculous, but I understand what they are. Maybe I'll explain them one time. I don't know. If anybody wants me to explain them, maybe I will. But it's, it's saying that it's going to go to the downside. And I was thinking about this when I was looking at this stock last night, that this stochastic was saying it's going to the downside, but at any moment it could just flip, turn around, and spike again. There's no certainty in which way this is going to go right now. Apple's right at resistance. It is creating right now, even though it's early in the day, it's not a close, right? We're not closed. The market's not closed. These three right here look like a formation, right? I forget what it's called. It's like a morning star or a freaking sleeping baby or some crazy crap. It's something like that. But I recognize the formation, and it's a bullish pattern meaning that it's going to go up, because it dropped down, had a wick, and then came right back up, right? And when it broke above the previous candle, which this candle, the high is 178.03, and the high on this green candle is 178.21. So it broke above it. So if it closed like this, yeah, I'd be looking Apple to the upside. If it closed like this, I don't think it's going to close like this. I think it's going to wick down at least a little bit. You know, it's going to come back at least a little bit, probably like 174. You know, and then tomorrow decide if it wants to ride that support line that I have drawn out right here. That support line. And then it's got more support lines down here from the longer trend that it broke. But we'll have to see what happens, I guess. So there's Apple. It's going to get rejected here at this resistance, I feel like. You know, if I'm gonna buy some puts on Apple, now would probably be a good time to buy them and then just wait. But I won't want to because this was such a crazy run this morning. That's got a lot of strength, and Apple has proven over and over and over that sometimes it just doesn't care. It just keeps going. It doesn't matter what you do. Sometimes Apple just keeps going. You know. NVIDIA generally acts pretty rationally, right? I don't know if you guys trade stocks often or if you trade options or anything like that, if you're just coming here to learn or just seeing what I've been up to. Like, I don't know why you're here, but if you're new to trading stocks or options or anything like that, then what made me more able to trade stocks and be fairly accurate at it is watching just a couple of different stocks instead of looking for 15,000 stocks and they're all making this, pattern, which I did for years. I looked for all these different stocks. I'd look for a pattern and 1,000 stocks. I'd pick out two and be like, oh, there's the pattern, and then play off that pattern, right? Or look at the fundamentals. I used to do that, but what I recommend that you do is just look at the same chart, right? Just look at like 3 or 4 stocks that you like that are good companies, right? Which is what I've been doing for the past like 3 years. And just trade those stocks, right? Just the ones that you like because you know how they act. You have a general idea of what they're going to do. Now, AMD just broke this resistance to the upside, so I may have to exit my positions here. I'm not down big or anything, but I don't think that they're going to continue to the downside. Just looking at what's going on right here, so. They may. I haven't quite. Okay, so yeah, so they broke quite up above it, pretty good here. So I'm going to go ahead and exit these positions before they turn into no position, because I don't want to take a chance. As you can see, I still own some calls for Apple, right, which is sort of like a hedge for me. There we go, and then I got my fills there, which whatever. I took a tiny little small loss on Apple. It's not the end of the world. I'm not crying about it or anything. It could be worse. It doesn't help that I'm having to monitor the stream the way that I am and deal with all of this. So I'm a bit off my game this morning, but that's okay. I just lost what, 30, 40 bucks, something like that. I don't know. On Apple, but or 225 to 190. You can see my trades right there. So I lost about 60, 70 bucks, but it doesn't matter because I have AMD calls that I bought that were way outside of the money that are now up around the same amount of money. So that's why I wasn't really too concerned about what was happening with Apple or AMD. I'm sorry, because if it went up, I was gonna make money. If it went down, I was gonna make money. It was gonna make a difference, right? Right now I'm just sitting even. So as long as it doesn't go sideways. If it goes sideways, then we're screwed. If it goes sideways, we're having a bad day. It's not going to work out if it goes sideways. All right, so we have a wick here, AMD. See, this is why I'm scared to trade in this market right now where it's at, because at any moment it could just completely negate everything that it said, right? Like this thing broke the VWAP with strength too, with a lot of strength, with a whole dollar of strength. And now here it is, coming right back down. So, I mean, Like, how can you predict that, right? Like this is the crazy market that we're in right now. AMD looks like it still looks like it's going to tank though. I this is hard to stream and talk and trade at the same time. If you guys are genuinely curious, it is it's not easy to talk and stream at the same time, or to talk and trade stocks like this at the same time. This is a lot harder than I thought it'd be, you know, because I actually have to pay attention to what I'm saying and stuff, or at least try to a little bit. I'm probably going to end the stream here in a few minutes, just because if nothing happens, if I don't see a bunch of moves that I would like to jump on, then there's really no reason for me to be streaming, is there? But I will probably reboot the stream later today, put it back on around 3-ish, right? 2:30, 3 o'clock. I'll start streaming again. Just this morning was kind of a trial run to see if the stream was going to work out, if I was going to be able to do the stream. That's kind of where it was at. So later today, I'll probably stream. But for now, I'll probably cut the stream short here in a couple of minutes. I want to continue to watch AMD and see if it breaks down again. If it does, then I may re-enter my positions to the downside. And Nvidia as well. I have some interest in Nvidia. I'm looking to see if they're going to fall from where they're at, right? Because they're at that 275 resistance that I was talking about. They just came below it and got rejected with a wick. And over 275, I'm interested in Nvidia to the upside. If it can't get above 275, then I'm expecting it to fall a little bit more. Not a lot. I mean, the stock's they're not going out of business, But if you look at the day chart on Nvidia, just like all of these other stocks, right? It's doing a pattern. It's creating a pattern. There's Apple. And we go back to Nvidia and we look at the day chart. See, look, the same pattern. I don't know if you can see that because I have 15,000 lines drawn on here, but it goes up, it comes down. It had a little bit of pop last couple of weeks. You look at Apple. Same thing. It goes up, it comes down. We had a pop last couple of weeks, right? Look at AMD. Same thing. Up, it goes down. Had a pop, but didn't really pop like the rest of them. So it could potentially have its pop, and and when it starts going up, it could just run. So that's why I exited that position so quickly, because it could take off and just not stop. It could keep going. So I don't want to take a chance on AMD and have them, make me lose like $500 right off the bat. I don't want to have that happen. So, but anyway, if you guys came to the stream, thanks for watching. I was just trying to get this thing started so I could see how it would work while I was trading this. I'm going to close down the stream now, right? But I will have it back up later today. So if you're watching this after I've already ended the stream, just out of curiosity to see what it is, I should have this back up today about 6 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, something like that. Probably about 2-3 o'clock, I'll start the stream up again. So thanks for coming. I see a lot of people have actually come in and come out more than I expected. So there's hardly anybody. There's like 3-4 people watching right now, but it was more people than I was expecting. I was expecting 0. So yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you in a bit if you're able to join. Thanks for watching.